Good morning, everybody. Dragon Lucifer back at it with the shop. We are doing some mod variants today, a little showcasing on some more of Payne Studios' lovely little Ford F100 mod. I searched the junkyard, searched the auctions, managed to come up with a few. What we have in front of us, obviously the tow truck. God, love this thing. This is a slam van. So this thing is got a lowered suspension system in it. So this is going to be an interesting one. As you can see, the wheels are definitely tucked up underneath there. I mean, technically, it probably needs blocks just to sit here even with tires on it. This one here, though, I was looking for this one. This one is the Mercury version. I know it's not really that different. Ford was kind of carbon copy. They just pretty much changed a couple of badges, but this is the Mercury version of the truck. Now, with the Mercury version of the truck, we're going to see a single overhead car, single carb overhead valve V8. Nothing special. We can put a supercharger on it. Could put a freaking fancy motor in it. This one came out of the junkyard, so there's not much to it. Slam van came out of the, the auction house. Now, it's going to be a little more complete, and as you can see, we also have a modern V8 in it. So, a little bit of resto mod here. We are going to go ahead and clean these up. We're going to go ahead and do these. It's like somebody put the bed off of the tow truck on it and then put a tonneau cover. I'm not sure exactly why they did the tow truck livery on the slam truck, but, I guess maybe a shop truck. Still kind of a cool idea, but anyways, this is what we're going to do today. Now, I have been looking at a little bit of statistics. Last couple days, other than yesterday, I had some things to take care of. My nose is still freaking screwed up. But, the one vehicle per stream and the short form streams that we're keeping more in line with other streamers like Diesel Designs that pretty much just does one stream. It's about 40-45 minutes to an hour. I haven't seen a really good response to viewership on that. I mean, I know a part of it is a lot of people aren't around and you gotta wait a couple days to get, to see views, but it seems like I was getting a lot better view ratings on long form streams. So we're gonna go back to long form. Now, I do owe you guys from yesterday. I didn't get you a car, so that's part of the other reason we're going to go back to long form is we're going to have about 2 cars, so we're going to have about a 2-hour stream. We could go longer than that. I do have a couple of McLarens sitting in the parking lot. We could do restorations on those. I do have a couple variants on those as well. A lot of them are GTR longtails just because their value. But, that being said, we can always pick up something else. If I get a chat notification that says, hey, go find this car, by all means, I'm going to go find that car. I will run back and forth to the auction all day long to find that car, and I don't mind spending the money at the auction to find it. Especially specific variants. Now, we are still building up our scrap stockpile. I heard a notification the other day that it was good, or a note the other day that to do all of the scrapping, you had to get right around 3 figures worth of, right around 6 figures worth of scrap, or 5 figures. So you're looking at 20-30,000 scrap, maybe more. We will finish the Liberty Walk. I do have some parts. We could do a couple of rollers today. Maybe just show progress on what's going on with it. It does look pretty good now, but it's just not done. I could cheat on a few things and just, not do the rollers and finish the car, but I was committed to a full 3-star car, and that's what I'm going to do. It's interesting. Pale yellow and white. I don't know how that works. Not sure how I feel about that. Anyways. So, which one do you guys think we should start with first? I'm kind of thinking we start with the Mercury first. Just because it seems like the best option. Leave the slam van for later, because that's definitely a lot more unique than that. But give you a couple guys minutes to think about it. I'm going to finish up my prep work here, make sure I got my mod juice, got my drinks closed, stuff like that. Anybody wants to send me a comment and tell me which one we want to start first, glad to hear it. Alright, we'll check the YouTube channel here. Well, doesn't look like anybody's around, so looks like we're just gonna have to make a decision ourselves. Yeah, we're starting with the Mercury then. I like giving people a choice. If you're watching this later and you want to yell at me about, oh, you should have waited another 10 minutes. Well, no. Can't keep waiting all day long, right? We got to get this going. I'm not going to drag out a stream and, you know, I remember that car part one's there. For just the sake of argument, I'm not going to drag out a stream like that. But I don't think, per se, we're going to have much we can do with this. Thing's pretty much a rusted pile of garbage. But we'll see. Get the body parts off it. Throw this over on the lifter. We'll go ahead and weld up the slam van too while we're here, just because. See kind of what we're looking at. Ooh, this was actually a pretty color when it was done. I think it's black. Looks like it's got a slight variance on the black, maybe a pearlescent. And clean this up. Not really going to see much change here, because really it's just the cap. But yeah, that's kind of a... Oh, it's like a dark blue. Ooh, we might keep the factory color on this. I like that. It's not really a Mercury color, but... Hell yeah. Think about it. I think I used to have a Cougar that was this color. Anyways. We're going to go in here. We're going to do our thing with body parts. Get those rear trim stuff and all that stuff fixed up. Looks like we managed to save one of the doors, which is fine. So, alrighty, that's what we're looking at. Oh, look at that big Mercury logo on the hood. But it's got Mercury taillights on it that actually say Mercury. Now, as far as the clamshell here goes, I think we're going to go... I'm not sure what we're going to go. It is a wood slat pickup bed. I don't know if we're going to go painted or if we're going to go natural. I'll have to look at it. But pretty much going to be a stock build otherwise. Not going to do anything too crazy with the body. That being said, the motor's up for grabs. We can do pretty much anything we want to the motor. Yeah, that makes me uncomfortable, that little bit of lip right there where it's kind of floating in, you know, free air. But I guess, you know, what are you going to do? Can't quite get the mapping right on everything. It's like we're going to have a bunch of parts we're going to have to go ahead and restore. Like I said, this is a junkyard car, so it's going to be probably a lot of purchases. Not much we can do about that. But hopefully everybody's doing well today. Like I said, my nose is still a little messed up. I had to do, you know, responsible things yesterday, and unfortunately just not feeling 100% right now. Doing better, but yeah, not feeling 100%. Alright, let's get over here, look at all this stuff that we don't have to, that we're going to have to buy, because pretty much the whole front end's hot garbage. Come in. Like we got upper and lower control arms to buy, we got... Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff we need to buy. So, we'll get this torn down. These go pretty quick. Ooh, vintage white walls. You know, I'm actually thinking that's not a bad idea. Nice little vintage white wall on there. Look pretty good. Okay, leaf springs. More than likely, a lot of this we're just going to have to replace. We are missing, it looks like, the shock absorbers as well, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit of pricey build. This one wasn't bad as far as cost goes. The Slam Van, on the other hand, I think we got like 20 grand into that thing before we ever started because the auction. Yeah, Playway still needs to do some adjustment on the auction. The estimated car value should not be exceeded by like 3 grand before the, computer stops bidding. It's not realistic. Most people are not gonna, bid over the estimated car value to buy something, especially if they got to do a restoration. Some people do. Don't get me wrong. We got TV shows aplenty of, the Discovery Channel and stuff where they go out there and, oh, well, we are going to go ahead and pay you 3 times the car's sale value and make no profit on it, and then we're going to restore it to try to make a profit. We're going to throw parts at it till we can make a profit. Car shows are, I'm not a fan. Their builds are cool, but 9 times out of 10, the only people that actually suffer from that kind of mentality to make a show, because you got, your episode money and everything to throw at a problem, are usually the people that are actually out there trying to, build their dream car. Honestly, I can say since they got away from stuff like Hot Rod TV and My Classic Car and came out with all these variations of, car builder shows, won't say any specific, you know who you are, but, yeah, you really notice the fact that there's just a nightmarish inflation on what statistically falls under the line of junk. I mean, most of the cars aren't worth the scrap metal price in the junkyard. They're trying to sell them for $20,000, $30,000. It's like, yeah, dude, sorry, your car's literally garbage. It's going to cost me more than the car's worth to make the car function again. And these people are, all inflated because of these weird, reality TV shows, if you call them that. They're not really reality. Where, somebody will come out. I was looking at a car a few years back and made the guy an offer on the car, and he legitimately said, such and such Discovery Channel car builder would offer him more, and he would hold on to the car for that offer. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, first off, the guy's probably not going to be interested in your car. Second off, good luck. There's literally thousands of people out there all thinking the same thing, And, yeah. It's just tragic, honestly. There's a lot of vehicles right now that are sitting out in fields and sitting everywhere that could be saved by, small-time people that are just trying to, pick up a car for a reasonable price, and put it in the garage and just slowly restore it over time. Not these big, manufacturing for-profit shops that's all they do is go out and, try to turn a profit on a car. There's some people that actually want to keep the car. I've heard a lot of people that in the classic car community that are like, man, I really wish that, I could find somebody that would, take care of this and not want to just, fix it up or throw some ridiculous nonsense aftermarket parts on it and then try to turn a profit on it. And all I can say to those people is, well, holding out for, the tuner shop that is on Discovery Channel to buy your car and pricing the car outside of what most people can afford, you're never going to get that. 99.9% of the people who are actually wanting to keep a car and keep it in a family and keep it running are not going to have the budget to spend, Mecum car auction prices or Barrett Jackson car auction prices for your classic car. Not gonna happen. You know, there's a time in this world, and I'm not dating myself that much. Back in '05, I was looking at cars, and I wanted to buy a car. And I was able to find, at that point in time, 60s Mustangs and 60s Camaros for around $4,000 to $8,000. And these cars ran. These were not junkers. These cars actually usually had, good stack of freaking extra parts in them. And, hey, I started the restoration. I was going to do yada, yada, yada. And, it still runs. I just had a bunch of extra performance parts or whatever that I was going to put in it that I never got around to putting in it because, I'm old. That was usually the story you got with that. But, that type of person would come along and he'd sell his car for $5,000, $8,000. Not completely beat the poor purchaser to death with a price tag that was just ridiculous. And you know what? A lot of those cars sold. They sold quick. Now, obviously, you always got the basket case issue. You always got people that'll tell you as one story. You'll get another story when you get it. But, for the most part, you can pretty much go through and find, fairly reasonable individuals that are going to take care of stuff and are going to do whatever. I've looked at a few over the years. Been quite impressed with a bunch of them, but like I said, there's some people out there that are like, oh, well, I can get, such and such garage in Texas, or such and such garage in Las Vegas, or such and such garage in California to buy my car and give me an exorbitant amount of money, way over what it's actually worth, because they're on TV for the car. Newsflash. No, you can't. Hate to burst your bubble. Hate to paint a horrible picture, but no, you can't. Those guys are about making profit. You always hear the one place is always about, trading up. They'll buy a $3,000 junker, fix it up, trade it over for, the next step, ultimately to get to a car that costs $100,000. Even the shops know the difference between, your Ford Mustang that's worth $3,000 and your Ford Mustang that's worth $30,000. They're not dumb. They're not wasting their time looking for your $35,000 rust bucket. They're looking for cars that are actually been survivors. And a lot of them aren't even restoring cars anymore unless it's for private customers. They're not going out and buying them anymore. And they haven't been for a while. A lot of what you see, on the Discovery Channel or wherever, Motor Trend, whatever you want to call, those guys are going out, oh, well, we met with this person and we're going to go ahead and, pick up their car, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. No, they're not. A lot of those are legitimately going to be customer cars. I mean, trust me, I used to fall into the category where I honestly believed that, I could get a car restorer done by, a famous car builder or, whatever, and I submitted to a lot of those shows. Hey, I got this car that's, my mom's, and she spent the last 25 years being a single mother and taking care of 4 kids, and this is just, her baby. And it doesn't matter what story you give them. My mother had, heart problems and everything else, and they just kind of were like, oh yeah, well, you don't really fit the group of people that we want to deal with because we don't want to, whatever. insert reason here, basically. So it happens. I mean, honestly, hold your breath if you want. You own a classic car, you've got it sitting out in the backyard or something, you're never going to do anything with it. Find somebody that's actually has interest in it. And yes, there are YouTubers out there that I could slam sideways for doing the way they've structured their channels and how they do their channels. You know, we found this car out in the field that's been sitting here for 30 years. We all seen that title, right? Will it run and drive 300 miles? Yada, yada, yada. We've all seen that. Anybody that's in the car community at any point, shape, or form has actually probably seen some kind of title that says, hey, we found this. We're gonna, try and fix it up enough to get it to drive such and such a distance, or, whatever. And the thing is, once again, been there. I've been that guy that is gone to the store and eating a cup of soup a week, trying to save up for stuff. A lot of people don't understand what people actually go through to get their dream car, or even attempt to. Billy Bob the farmer over here told me he wants $5,000 for this car that's been sitting out in a field, surrounded by cattle feces. I really want this car. All right, cool. I got to figure out how to support myself and save up $5,000. Well, I don't have the budget for $5,000, so what can I cut out? People will cut things. People cut food. Before anything else, people will cut food to try and save up for stuff. And then you'll get these guys, and they'll come in from YouTube or Discovery Channel or Motor Trend Channel Garage, and they've got a little bit of clout, and they'll turn around and be like, oh yeah, we're not showing what the price is, and then they'll do an investment thing at the end, and they'll be like, well, we made a profit of this off the car, and we put this much in parts in it, and they just kind of don't say anything about the cost of the car. But if you can do basic math, you can kind of figure out what the actual cost of the car is. And you know what? I've been there. I've had a car sold out from under me by one of those garages that paid like $3,000 for a car that Billy Bob had for sale for $7,000. That I had a deposit I never got back on of $3,000. I already paid him $3,000, and he took the money and ran, and took the other guy's money and sold him the car for what I already had paid him. I've been there. It's not fun. A lot of us out there. Any these YouTubers out there that are like, oh no, that doesn't happen. I've never been guilty of that. Yeah. Regrettably, you probably have. Hate to say that. Do you need to feel guilty about it while you're, supporting your own family? Yeah. That's entirely up to you. I'm not going to say one way or another. All I'm saying is maybe ask a couple extra questions. You find something, somebody throws you a bone on a car or something, you ask the guy when you freaking, are buying it, hey, anybody else put money down on this? Anybody been interested in it? You got a 16-year-old kid that's been begging you to let him, to sell it to you for the last whatever. It happened. But, hang on one second, guys. Yeah. Not too bad. Alright. have not. Nope, I haven't seen it. I didn't think it was either, so. Mm-hmm. 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 Nope. Nope. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 Nope, haven't heard a word. There you go. Mm-hmm. 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 Seems like. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Good job. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okie dokie. Yep. Alright, bye-bye. Oh boy. Gotta love those phone calls, right? Gotta be nice to your mom. All you can do. Be nice. But anyways, We are plugging away at the suspension. We're actually almost done with everything except for what's under the hood. So, kind of just buying parts as we go. Not really feeling the whole memorize everything we need for this truck and then have it all ready to go. So we're just clicking on little green glowing orbs. We're actually going to go hunt parts down this time. And wheel hub 4. Probably a solid rear drive axle, because I think I've seen that too. Yep, I was right on that one. As far as the drum brake cylinders, yeah, they're shot. Grab a shoe while we're at it. A shoe. Alrighty. Well, hibbity dibbity doo, I think we got it all done. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna put tires on it until we get the engine fixed, so we gotta put the body on it yet. So, take a look what we got. Brake booster, battery, power steer, water reservoir, rad C, fuse base A. Okay. Here. Radiator. I remember if you put a fan on this truck. Oh, we never finished the timing set. We're gonna do that inside the car. Whatever. Thought we were missing something. Completely got distracted and didn't bother to do, timing chain. So now we get to do it the way that most people work on Fords do it, with the radiator in the car. It's not a preference, it's just, so much easier to do an engine when it's actually, still in the car. I don't usually yank the engine out to do a timing set. Now, these modern cars, on the other hand, oof, they don't know what they were thinking. Nowadays, you got to pretty much drop the entire engine out of the car. Just to change the oil half the time. It's like, I know, it's a little extreme. A little over-exaggeration, but you get my point. There's a lot of these that are just dumb. It's like, really? Somehow in your infinite engineering wisdom, you thought it was a great idea to, make this first step of basic auto repairs that we've been doing, most people have been doing for decades, is now drop engine out of car instead of, I don't know, remove bolts 1 through 6 in the car. I seen one the other day. I think it was a Nissan. Regular peach of a car, let me tell you. That thing had a bunch of those plastic, ridiculous cover plates on it. You know the type. Ones that are supposed to protect things. Yeah, except for you couldn't see the engine anywhere except for to actually put oil in the car. And even that was questionable. So, why even bother to have a hood at that point, Just leave it exposed. It'll be fine. Anyways. Oh, yeah, that's right. This one's on the inside. fuses back in here. Completely accurate modern fuse panel for something that uses glass bus fuses. Even the, I was watching a restoration on a 308 Ferrari, and even that thing, yeah, it had ceramic fuses in it that were really fragile, but they still put a freaking glass bus fuse panel back in the car. They didn't use these blade fuses. These things are gross. Not the glass ones were any fun either, but, you know. At least they were period specific. They served their purpose. Alright, once we get the fluids in, I think we'll be ready to drive. Oh, wait, we forgot the wheels. I mean, aren't they optional? I mean, technically the metal parts are round. They should be optional. No, they're not optional. After doing so many wheels and tires in this game that you actually get the master vulcanizer, start wondering if they should be optional. You know, I don't think we've checked a dipstick in a while. We probably should do that, right? Yeah, just below max. Interesting. Bodywork. Anyways. Gotta do tires and body. I only gotta do interior too, but... Fresh imports. And we want to go with... the... Mercury... chrome front end. Okay. And front bumper. Just go chrome. Chrome's fine. Nothing wrong with chrome. We need a left door because we broke it. We need the Mercury hood. Given. And we need glass for the front, left, and right. Grab the F100 front, right, and left fenders. Those have the side skirts on them. Those are nice. Painted headlights. I have no idea. On the left side, meow. Grab the Mercury taillight. This one doesn't have the logo, so we're grabbing the logo ones. On the stock rear bumper. Don't need a wheelie bar. Let's go with the regular clamshell. Left fender. Right fender. A rear window and a headlight. Right side mirror. Go with these Mercury taillight E again. We want the Mercury logo, and we want we want the one with chains. Okay, and then we want this windshield. Like I said, fairly stock truck. Not gonna do anything too crazy. And I think we'll do Michigan on this one. Little good old Detroit frickin' Michigan one. Not that I really want to pay honor to, you know, Henry Ford Jr. or anything like that, but the Deuce and I have our own personal reasons for not liking each other, right? Honestly, after what he did to Carroll Shelby, I don't think a lot of people like the Deuce. But oh yeah, those are nice. That's a nice looking bed too. That wood slat bed. Ugh. They're a pain in the neck to get right, but when they are, man, are they nice looking. Alright. Little Detroit platage. Yes. Okie dokie. Now, we gotta go over here. We gotta take some tires apart. We got one. 34B, 175.85, and they are 16s. Alright, well, I know we need 3 of those, so 16s, 3 of them. And that was a 175.85 on the rear. Yeah, 175.85 white walls. Why not? This one, 4. Should not be 16s, by the way. This day and age with tire size, this probably would have been at most a 15-inch. But, oh well, we're not going for complete accuracy here, are we? I actually think they were 14s, to be honest. Alright. Get her old white walls put back on. I'm all balanced up. Get this thing on the road. I think these would have been... this is what, a 50s? So these would have been ply tires, not radial? I'm not sure. I don't know what the accurate tire would have been for this truck. Have to go to a vintage tire shop and look up the period accurate tire for this vehicle. I mean, more than likely it was a white wall, but you know. Alrighty, car condition. These interior hot garbage. Man. That's fine. We can take it over and drop it off in the alignment center and do the stupid interior. They need to add a ability to restore interior parts. An interior workbench or an upholsterer workbench would be something a restoration shop would have. Maybe not necessarily, you know, Bob's Garage on the side of Route 66, but run those a little high. Most Route 66 restoration shops would have that, so disassemble steering wheel Typhoon. I'm okay with that. Alright. And I think it's got a special bench, but shopping list says Cape. Yeah, probably. More than likely this was cloth, usually covered in a horse blanket type material. Would probably not have been leather, but, you know, whatever. Okay, back to normal. I close that up. Roll it over to the paint shop. Get it a good painting. Like I said, I really like that factory color. Yeah, we're gonna go with factory color. It's gonna look nice. God, it's such a dark blue. Saturation on that's amazing. But it's almost black. It's just, yeah, wow. Alright. Take it over to the dyno, you know the drill. We gotta go make sure we didn't miss any rubber bushings, because the car won't start if it's missing a suspension part. Sorry about that. Check on something real quick on another page. Yeah, she's legit. 400 horsepower out of a Mercury. That is a good Shine Runners truck, you know. Reminds me of, oh, what the heck was that movie? Stroke Race with Burt Reynolds. The guy... Still buggered on that, huh? Can't get in the car. Alright, that's fine, whatever. Alright, let's move this out to the entrance. We'll drive it later. We'll go ahead and get started on the slam van while we're working on it. And then we'll just take a picture with all the different Fords parked out front, I guess. Alright, as for this thing. Get this started. Looks like it's got a bunch of painted parts on it, so that'll be interesting. Ugh, hot garbage stuff. Like I said, this one is a little more complete, so... Like when you can just rip the clamshell off and all the other parts come off with it. It's great. Window out, window trim. Looking pretty stylish. Alright, now. This one, it's a resto mod, so the big wheels are fine. I'm okay with those. Probably go with the wide rear fenders on this car too. Not sure what the ET is going to be on the tires to make the tires work, but this actually has fluids in the thing, so we're going to have to be really careful with what we do with the inside. It's got radiator for. It's got a different radiator on it. Looks like it's got an A with a fan B. Interesting. So this is just a little bit unique thing. We're building basically the same truck, same suspension system, everything else, but this has got a little bit more unique stuff to it when it comes to how they did the engine configuration. Didn't mean to take that exhaust pipe off, but I guess. Might as well get these out of the way. since we're here. And we actually have a salvageable starter. Look at that. Drive line out of here, so the engine's completely loose by the time we get the other side of the suspension off. And while we're here, let's get this out of here. Now, I'm not saying anything about the developer here, but the game, it'd be nice on trucks like this that you can take the beds off of them. If it was possible to, you know, change the fuel tank because the bed's off the truck, because that's totally a thing you should be able to do. Matter of fact, come to think of it, I probably should plan for before taking the engine out. Actually, accounting for the fact it probably has oil in it. Alright. Yeah, we should account for that fact. We were correct. Had a little bit of oil in it. Alright. Do some quick drain tool stuff. Pull the fluids out of it. Oh, we actually have power steering rows for this one too. And I think we actually already own one. Ew. Because this has like some kind of de-icer in it, that's just makes it worse. Alrighty. Wonder if the fuse panel will be different, because this one has ABS. Wait, this one has ABS. Wait a minute, oh no! It also has a battery in it, which is nice. Okay. One less part we don't have to buy. Once again, it's pickup. The suspension actually sits on top of the frame, so having to do this from underneath the car is kind of sketch. But at least we can repair a lot more parts on this one. Don't have to buy as much. This looks like it's got, yeah, shocks and springs, so it's not a leaf spring setup, it's actually a shock and spring setup, so I don't know why those have part values, you can't repair them. That would be the other thing I would change if I was developing this game. If I'm not going to allow people to fix shock absorbers, I would not give them a part value. I know it seems kind of silly if you're doing restoration in the base game, but I definitely would not give them a part value. I would just be like, no, you just got to replace that. Sorry. Phase our way through here. Take that out. Even though you'd have to lift that coil spring rear end up over our heads, because, you know, that's not how coil spring rear ends work when they're in a pickup truck and they're laying on top of the frame. Yeah, hi. Fairly complete engine, too. I think it's completely complete, so it's going to be throw performance gear in it and call it good, right? Now, I was just looking at the intake manifold on this, and I realized I seen a meme the other day where they replaced the intake manifold ports with bananas. Oh, the things that amuse me sometimes, I swear. Water pump. Can't possibly take the timing chains out with that, timing cover off without removing the heads. Ah, well. We are fast approaching that next level, though. The level 50 episode is going to be an episode to celebrate, because, yeah, it's going to be hard work to get there. And, yeah, we could scum, cases out of barns and get there a little faster, but it's fun in that, right? DI fuel rails, throttle body, intake manifold, yada yada yada. That means we'd have to have barn maps for 100 years to be able to actually get that. And they've been getting a little scarce lately. Not gonna lie. Other than the ones we found in cases, we haven't really found a lot of barn maps. Haven't been looking that hard either. Sure, if we were looking a little harder on the junkyards, we'd find a few more, but I haven't been able to bring myself back to play the scrapping minigame yet. Need to get a sip. There we go. Pistons are actually in pretty good shape, but you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull it all out anyways. Can't sell a car with broken pistons, right? Well, some shady ass motherfucker can, but we can't. Alright. Not tablet. Now, like I said, we should be able to repair most of this truck because it was an auction truck. So, as long as the parts were there, they should be within a reasonable amount of condition. I think there was a few body parts that were bad, but most of the other stuff is okay, so. As long as we don't muck it up with the, click thing, it should be fine. Hey, new starter. Nice. And there are certain starters you can repair. It's just less... It takes so much time, it's just easier to buy a new one. It's more cost effective. And like, I don't know about you guys, but I always buy the slightly upgraded parts when I have to replace a part. Especially if they got a lifetime warranty on them. If I gotta buy an alternator, I'll buy a little bit better performance alternator with a lifetime warranty on it than the one that actually came in the car. Just makes sense to me. You get better charging and you get better performance, but you also get, bolt-on. You get the lifetime warranty, so if it ever breaks, just take it back in and go, hey, give me a new one. And nowadays, with the way auto parts stores are, they'll be like, well, it'll be a week and a half before we can get it shipped in to freaking do it because we don't stock it anymore. It's like, I was looking for a part the other day for an old-ass freaking truck. Something that should have been on the shelf, And they're like, oh, well, we don't have that part anymore on the shelf. It's like, why not? There used to be a time when I used to come in here and you could buy glass packs off the shelf and they were in a weird little end cap kiosk thing that said glass pack on it. Now I gotta order them? What's going on? Gotta change positions. Had my foot hanging out there in a weird spot, and it was literally the only thing that was actually getting hit by my fan that keeps the air circulating in here, and it was getting a little chilly. Go ahead and tuck that back up underneath someplace where it'll stay warm for a little bit, right? And yeah, we're going to replace a lot of these parts, but it's nice to have 100% parts for stock builds, Especially if you have a bunch of them. I know, doesn't happen very often, but we do a few stock builds every once in a while. This is not going to be a stock build. Far from it. It's also going to have slicks on it because speed track. I think I need to lathe 2 more brakes too. Crankulator. A lot of power steering pumps. A lot of alternators. We have a lot of parts. It's just we don't use them. Okay. Yeah, Blick, performance parts, and camshaft V8, 4, flywheel, fudge, V8 engine heads, manifolds, fuel filter, fuel pump, ignition coils this time because no spark plug wires. This kind of sucks because it's $1,200 for ignition coils, but it's $120 for spark plugs. So there is some advantages to, you know, just having spark plugs. Man, I wish there was an intake manifold for this thing. Anyways, 8 of those parametal mufflers because we know we need them. Power steering pump, spark plugs. V8 throttle, you know. Yeah, it looks like they added something, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it is. Now, supposedly, I'll hold my breath and we'll see which one whether I turn blue before they actually do it. Playway is going to fix some of the missing performance parts that are like, you know, obvious, like exhaust parts. But like I said, I'll hold my breath and we'll see whether or not I turn blue first. I will. It's going to be I will. That's the answer. But they're supposed to add them in. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, not in my lifetime, but they said they would try. There's actually a lot of performance parts missing out of this. Like performance crankshafts and, you know, stuff like that too. Oh boy. You know how we do. Gotta have that stuff on there. And a slam van like this would definitely be one of those trucks that would be just kitted out. Always do that. Somebody needs to yell at me the next time I don't go grab a clutch release bearing. I'm laying it down as a challenge right now. I want to hear in the comments how many times I've actually done that. Where I've just completely, you know, D the clutch release bearing there. Keep forgetting that fuel filter just kind of floats out in the back too. Take care of that real nice quick now. Now I can see it. There we go. Alright. Exhaust manifold in there. Haven't bought cam gears yet, so no sense clicking on that. We also need the timing belts to V8, so Oh, I forgot the performance. Fuel rails. Forgot this is injected. DIs, please. Oop. I don't know how I forgot it was injected, but I did. Bought a throttle body for it, and then just were like, yeah, I don't need fuel rails, right? Alright. Come, y'all. Thank y'all. And then we need Tim. The 8 timing belts, a couple of those. Manifold on there. Timing cover. Yes. Wow, the top of the head put back together before you know it. It's funny how that works in reverse. Oops. Forgot the cover. Can't not have the coil cover. That's where all the magic happens. You know, because there's no wires, so it has to be magic. Alright, I have 3 rollers. I think I'm going to need a few more. Yep. Have A's. Yeah, high flow water pump till. Alright, so. Pulley. I think it's a C or a B. I have no idea. So. Alternator. Alright. The A and B V8 belts. Those are very important. A. Alright. Now. The magic, I believe, has happened. We've got the engine back together. Alright. Let's put this back in a truck. Start working on putting it back together. Yep. Cool. This way. Bye-bye. Pump. Module. Still gotta do the fuse box, but, you know, whatever. Res. Power steering. It is a B. Alright. Engine compartment. And fuse base. Ooh. I think it's complete. Alright. What do we got in here for fuses? 3. Oh, wow. It's literally the same. Nice. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 4. Awesome. Run over real quick and see about the battery and any repairs we can do. Alright. Not gonna lie, I almost thought about putting this kind of engine in the tow truck, but I was like, nah, that'll be fine. Huh. Right. And while we're here, let's do some fluids, because once we get the suspension done, we should be pretty much wrapped up, except for tires. Well, body panels, but yeah, I got that full. Gotta get the power steering too. I can't forget that one. It's hiding over there with a battery. And we got guessing games. Alright. This sucks. Honestly, it sucks. Can't see. Whatever. Probably fine. Alright. Okay. So, first thing I want to see is what we actually salvaged. We did not salvage anything because I never went to the frickin' bench and tried to salvage anything. Oh, crap. Ugh. We busted a body part. I don't know if we broke it completely, but mayhap. Alright. Front bumper, don't have part. Alright, whatever. And this, and the hood is shot. Right fender's okay. Left fender's okay. Car part 1? Yes. Alright, door, black trim. Mirrors are garbage. Tonneau cover. Yep, wide rear fenders, okay. Black trim taillights. Trim C. What? I forget to change the... I forgot to take the bumper out, didn't I? Oh, no. Oop. They did. Alright. Car part 2, black trim. I know I need that. Assuming it's E or F, we'll go with F. Woo, not that. Maybe we did an F100 hood. I have no idea which one though. It's a D. Okay. And we need a right headlight. Mirror. It's kind of why I quit using the shopping list, to be honest with you. Oh, Good. Tinted rear window. That seems logical. Oh. Black trim right headlight. And then wide fenders. Don't have those. And then we need rear bumper B, because that's the painted one. So that should be every part we need now. Nope. Except for the windshield, I guess, because I didn't grab it. Nope. Yeah, I don't want a tinted windshield in the front. That's dumb. With tinted side windows, though. That's fine. Oh, I did have one of the fenders. Okay. That happened. Whatever. Black trim all the way around, which makes it look good. As far as that goes. Yeah. Alright. Get under here. Start mounting some parts up. I had to buy a bunch of parts, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Disc brakes, pads. Not my. Ew, no, we didn't buy any brake pads. They are on suspension, anyways. 4. And I think we need 3 calipers, 3 cylinders, for sure. All right, suspension-wise. Need 2 double wishbones for the front. Front sway bar B. 2 end links. Another 10 rubber bushings, because why not? Rears. We need springs and caps. B's. Tie rods. Yep. Alright. In theory, we should have everything. We just have to... Oh, wheel caps. Yeah. Stupid wheel hub bearings. Yuck. Okay. Save our link. Rack. Tie rod. Tie rod. There we go. Now we get the tire. All right. This. Yeah, I could have done a custom gearbox. No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't see any reason. What? Oh, I had a missing part, I guess. Yeah, an upper suspension arm. Yikes. Got to buy a fuel tank too. I made a comment. They don't ever let you fix them. Knuckle. Oop. Spacer. That's all it really is, the spacer. Alright, that's ready for a wheel. Nice. Spring cap, this thing. I have it. It's just over here on the lathe. Oh, got lost. Nice. All right. Drive shaft linkage, and then the fuel tank set up, and we should be good. Well, rear exhaust for the overhead valve V8, because that's how this rolls, and fuel tank. I'm surprised it's not these tank B and tank C, because those are truck bed tanks, but those are for. Whatever. Alrighty. I think. Look around here. Yep. Looks good. Let's take this tire apart and figure out what these front ones are. 295/35. Wow, those are wide. Okay. Inventory tires. 20-inch rim retro 11s. 295/35 R20s. I think we need a little bit wider tire in the back. I'm thinking about a 330, 335. Yeah. Okay. So, 83 rim retro 11s. And they're just 11s, right? They're not 11Bs. Okay. Okay. $295.35. Okay. Yeah, let's go a little bigger. Let's go 45-inch firewall. No, it's a slam. Let's keep it at 30. All right. We want them wide, but we want them freaking narrow. Wide but short. That way they tuck up underneath those fenders properly. Perfect timing. Of course that would be the 2. 335s. Yes, Kriegers. Alright. Yep. Odds are this car's faster than a tow truck, but I didn't think drag wheels were necessary, so, or drag bars were necessary. Let's see, was 335 too much? Yeah, technically it was. A little bit of clipping there. Wow. 295 was about max, wasn't it? That sucks. What do you think, guys? Fix it? Fine. We'll fix it. It'll bother my OCD if I don't fix it. They still clip. They're getting. I'm gonna put the big tires back on it. I'm just telling you that right now. If the 295 isn't small enough and it still clips, we're putting the other tires back on it. Oof, just barely clears. I mean, it looks good. I like the slam look, so. Alright. No idea what the test pass is going to do to this thing. It's probably going to be like, yeah, those things are like way out of alignment. Yep, told you. Ah! My legs! Alright. We gotta find a color for this thing. Not gonna do it with a livery. No, it's cream. Gross. No, it can't be cream. Hot pink. Yeah, there we go. That's a good color. Ain't candy. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I know, another red car. Yada, yada, yada. But a candy apple red slammed 56 Ford looks pretty good. Just saying. It has a dark candy. Almost a burgundy. Dino Jet. Make sure we put all the parts in. Yeah, definitely glad we put slicks on that thing. Oof, rough. 400, almost 400 horsepower upgrade. Yeah, glad we put slicks on. All right, what do we need? All right, we need, first you're gonna need a couple Arizona plates. Then we're gonna need a interior bench for. Cape front. And then, because it's slam, man, the steering wheel. Could go this route. I don't think it's a good idea. Go with 8. Yeah, it's a little modern, but so's the inside of the car. Alright. Interior. Disassemble, please. Get this out of here. Assemble. Yes. Right. Normal mode. That bumper doesn't look right. I guess it's just really, the bars are lowered on that. That is just weird. You got to tuck that in. Although, look at the interior. That looks nice. A little bit of variance here. Still can't sit in it. Alright. Move car. Entrance B. Yeah, the Mercury in blue. Ford F-100 slammed to the ground and candy apple, and then the tow truck in baby blue and white. Man, there's some patriotic stuff here. Make sure you give them a salute. Maybe Benny Hill salute, you know, remember, flat to the face, tongue cocked out to the side, and eyes crossed. Alright, anyways, I digress. We got to do some driving. So, go to the speed track we're going to take. Oh boy. Alright, good thing we see the color. So, this is the Mercury. Don't want to redrive the tow truck. No reason for that. Yeah, took about 2 hours. Okay, let's get a look at this thing. Out in all of its former glory, right? Whoa! Got it. Took a second. Still pulling. Come on. Got a feather, it's so light. That's the downside to having those vintage tires on a car. They're not meant to go that fast. Back when that car was actually being produced on the road, I think the max speed on most freeways was 55 miles an hour. Good old double nickel. I feel squished. Gotta get out. Get claustrophobic. Ooh, definitely a different freaking take on this. Definitely handles a lot better than the slicks on it, though. And it's so low to the ground. Jesus. Just about 200 miles an hour. That's probably the fastest ever, one of these outside of a drag strip's actually ever gone. And it actually still is pretty stable at 180 miles an hour, too. Alright. Well, that wraps up the variants. Yeah. And in true variant fashion, unfortunately, we're not going to make much money on them, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of them. See ya. This one might do a little better. Not much. Alright. So, where are we at? Well, we can go ahead. Let's get the parking lot open. DeLorean. This right here, our glorious 3-star Ferrari. Everybody remembers this car. We've been doing some work. Been trying. Fortunately, this is still a problem. We're going to need a water pump, crankshaft, a bunch of idler rollers, and belts to get this engine running. Now, we do have a bunch of rollers. Don't think we have a crankshaft. I'm pretty sure we don't have a water pump. But we had a bunch of salvage parts we can deal with too. So let's go ahead and try and get some salvage out of this and see if we can get a few more parts before we start trying to put rollers on that car. We're getting close to being done with that car. It's just little things here and there. But since we got a bunch of pages of parts we can salvage, we might as well salvage a few. A couple extra salvage parts here and there are not going to hurt us. Especially with how expensive those salvages, or those 3-star upgrades get. They get dumb quick. Not going to waste you guys' time salvaging these parts out. We only get one, we only get one. Whatever. One more than we had before, right? They need to make these bonus areas bigger. Or they need to increase the amount of scrap you get from whatever. Oh, look, big bonus jump. Really should watch that. Yeah, my level of care just went out the window again. Like, yeah, whatever. Alright. Now, we know we needed rollers. I think that's enough to get us started, and we actually still have some scrap left over. Yeep, 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 yeep. Alright. This is a 3-star. Okay. Water pump. We have a 3-star. Good. Idler roller. Water pump point and crankshaft fully. Alright. Water pump and a crankshaft V8. We gotta go scrap, we gotta go augment those real quick. We might get close to getting done with this car today. I could have been done with it a long time ago, but I didn't want to do the scrapping game. It's cancer on the ears. Okay. Kind of just piecemeal this together. It'd be nice if we could put the car right here. Have to go through the shop to get to it. Well, I mean, we could put it in the shop. That would be a logical place to put it, right? Alright, so we need a couple of belts, a fuel tank. So we need a belt A, a belt B, a fuel tank, a belt tensioner. So belt tensioner. Belt A. Belt B. I think we have another roller. We also need a fuel tank, but we'll get there. I don't know if we've got enough for these 3 parts, so. Okay. Three-star belt. 3-star belt. Tensioner. Okay. Oh, tell me I have one more roller. I do. Alright. The engine is complete, boys. We got it. 3-star. All the way around. Performance engine. Alright. We need to move you inside. Okay. Now we need to check the warehouse first. Because we had a bunch of 3-star stuff we prepped, so. In the warehouse, do we have a 3-star fuel tank? We do. Alright. Awesome. A 3-star fuel pump. Awesome. Those are parts we don't have to pay for. Look at that. Now, I don't know if, I think interior we might be able to do something with. Fuel tank. Fuel pump. Okay, what are we missing here? Oil filter, rod caps. Oof. Yeah, we did just throw this thing in here, didn't we? Crankshaft. Yeah, we don't have enough parts for this. Alright, well, we made some progress. I can double check the warehouse, but I'm pretty sure we don't have a lot of those parts, 3-star. There's camshaft caps, we have abundance of in here. No. Alright, so I'll have to work on that, keep working. But made some forward progress on it. I've got a we'll check real quick, see what the value is. $200,000. Wow. We're getting there. Bought it for 12 grand. I mean, it's still a profit at this point, but not quite the profit we were looking for. Alrighty. And it's nice to have a Ferrari in the shop when the shop is done up with Ferrari stuff, right? That look nice? Yeah. Mod developers, get that thing in the game. The F40. You know, Testarossa is even a good idea. Alright. Move the car back to parking. We'll deal with it later. But anyways, guys, we are coming up on about 2.5 hours on the stream here, doing a little bit of long form stuff. So we're going to keep doing the long form. Next week, hopefully, we see a couple more mods. Whatnot. I'm not sure what I'm going to do over the weekend. I might do some more grinding, get some more cases and stuff, try to get some more scrap parts. I might, sit around and play Destiny. I might spend the last couple of days, it's still warm in the pool. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. So, with that being said, I am Dragon Lucifer, and I will see you guys next time.